Welcome to your known unknown, where Source and I will help to shed light on what's unknown for you. You're going to hear the dogs barking for a minute. I hope everybody's finding themselves well. This is your daily spread. Let's break it, And without further ado, let's get to it, let's into it, and let's pull some cards. We're going to open up with a Wild Mystic Oracle card. We're going to pull a Soul's Journey Oracle card, and we're going to offer a Numerology Guidance Oracle card as well for you. See if these messages will align and resonate with you. See what it is that needs to be said, and then we will we'll finish all off with a few tarot cards to see the guidance message for the day. First card up today. Do we do reversals on these guys here too? Right side up. First card up today, we have Love, and it is two swans. So if anybody's seeing any swans, birds of that nature, if swans are any kind of animals that call to you, if you're fond of them, if they're drawn to you, anything like that, this is a message that could be for you today. Or if any of you are finding new love, let's see what the message is real quick. This card represents love in all its forms, be it romantic, platonic, familial, sexual, or self-love. Swans mate for life and have become symbolic of true love, commitment, and long-lasting affection. This card implies the finding of love as well as the giving of love. It is emblematic of commitment, loyalty, partnership, and faithfulness. The Swan card may also symbolize self-love and acceptance, overcoming self-doubt or hatred to see the beauty within. When we are reminded of Hans Christian Andersen's tale of the ugly duckling, I don't know why I did quotations, it's italicized. We might understand this card to show us that we hold true beauty no matter what our inner or outer saboteurs may say. The shadow reading of the Swan Love card. Folklore and mythology revolving around swan maidens exist all over the world, associating the swan with marriage, love, and romance. However, many of these stories end with tragedy or begin with entrapment. A shadow reading of the Swan card may represent the dangers of codependence and losing the self when one is in a relationship. It may also It may also represent a destructive relationship from which one needs to escape. Correspondences with the Swan and Love card. The element is water. Flowers connecting, or flora connecting to it. Not just flowers, but bleeding heart flower, rose, butterbur, and cardamom. So if somebody likes chai, the cardamom there is really speaking out. Stones affiliated with us today. Rose quartz, diamond, emerald, jade, opal, rhodochrosite. Rhodochrosite. Don't shame me on that one. Spell work. Attracting love into your life. Doing spells to attract love into your life. Blessing a union. So becoming aware and blessing a true connection, a union, a coming together of, whether it be self to self, others to self, others to others, self to others, doesn't matter. Sexual magic, tantric, semen retention. You don't have to be with a partner to do sexual magic, by the way. You can absolutely be single. It is very safe and, in my opinion, safer to do it. It's more reliable, more transformative. Self-love and confidence practices, affirmations work really well to help with spell work on this. affirmations, positive thinking, shifting perceptions. So if you're like saying, oh my God, here, look at me today. I ate sugar and gluten and bread, and I'm feeling fine, but I'm not looking fine. I got some little blemishes on my face, right? Maybe a little dry scalp today, maybe a little bloating. I don't feel the best, but I'll sit here in the morning before I start my day and I will tell myself how beautiful I am, how good I'm going to feel, how nobody cares, only I care. And there's ways to help solidify that into your system. I went an extreme route in the past and I just removed all the mirrors from my house, from my place. I don't look in mirrors. I choose not to. When I do look in a mirror, I'm usually like, oh shit, that's what I look like today? Okay. And that just gives me the same constant consistency. My default stays the same. I wake up, I go to work. I don't care how I look. And it's been a while. It's been a few years that I've been doing this whole no mirror thing. So when I do like go to the bathroom or something, and they got these big ass mirrors there, I'm like, wow, that's what I look like. And it's such a surprise. But I really don't let it get me down. And I feel you should try to do the same too. Nobody really cares. You look exactly how you look to everybody else already. And that's just the ease of it. That's the way it goes. More spell work. Beltane rituals are good for harnessing this kind of energy and calling it in, if you want to call it in. Now, I'm going to be honest. This card came out reversed. And I'm reading this as the shadow expression itself. A shadow reading of the Swan card may represent the dangers of codependence and losing the self when one is in a relationship. And I find us to do that a lot. A lot of us do that. I can do that. I usually tend to put myself on the side burner for someone else, especially for somebody else that I can invest my heart into. Does that make us hopeful romantics? Yeah. Does that make us wounded healers? Yeah. But did I go through a spiritual awakening by trusting somebody and then being devastatingly betrayed and hurt by it? Yeah. You know, from the depths comes the beautiful, most beautiful lessons, you know, and whatever sayings and phrases you want to help wrap your mind around that. But yeah, we all are phoenix risings from within somehow, from some way. And this card did pop out in reverse, is all I'm saying. We're reading it upright because I think it's all pertaining to a message. So I said Beltane ritual and spring rites will help perpetuate this energy, help solidify it, help it be recognized by you and connect to it. This love card, did you want it to come out reversed? Read it upright. Okay, so we're reading it upright. Just things to work on, focus on. Today seems like a beautiful day for you, viewer, whoever you are. Looks like that's a solid card to come out today. With change, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So maybe somebody has a new relationship coming in their life right now. Relationships. Relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Make sure that the relationship you are looking for doesn't start off with lust. It's dangerous. And it's distracting. And it's very gripping, especially as a human being who lives in their root, their primal forces, which are most people nowadays. Just be careful of who you entertain and why. In my opinion, dating shouldn't happen until you fix yourself. I'm not saying you have anything to fix, but until you work on yourself. Until you feel proud of you. Until you can sit and be alone for a few years confidently and then start to entertain the idea of sharing yourself with somebody else. So we all got things that we're harboring that we don't even know about. And it's very important to work on yourself to be the best you possible, for you, from you, by you, then for everyone else. First, you are money. You are wealth, health, and attraction first. And if you're not all of those, if you are not mind, body, soul, then there's your direction that you need to work and focus towards. If you're slacking in any of those, when you say, I am health, wealth, and abundance, are you? I don't feel 100% confident when I say that. I don't feel like, oh, hell yeah. And it's not my insecurities. It's because I know I can be better. I know I can do better. I have standards for myself. Standards that I won't settle and slack on, even though I let it slack with other people, because everybody's their own person. And I love them all just the same. We all love them all just the same. We're all trying to be as unconditional as possible. But have you tried to be unconditional with yourself first? That's all I'm saying. And I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. So we're not settling. We're not looking for an equal. We want better. We always want better. No. We want best. We always want best. Better implies that there's something else, that the grass is greener on the other side, and that's not the case. We want the best. That's meant for us. We want perfection meant for us. And I'm saying perfection particularly because each person has their own different implication of what perfect might be. So when I asked the universe to seek out perfection, and then it started showing me all the flaws, Spirit wanted me to learn the lesson that perfection is the flaw itself. Because what's perfect to me isn't perfect to somebody else. And so really, each day, each moment, each fail is perfect. Each heartbreak is perfect. Each detriment to our well-being is perfect. Each choice you're afraid to make, it's perfect. Because you can't make a wrong choice. You can't make a bad choice. Each thing you do only progresses you further in your experiential time and perception, right? So even if you make a wrong choice, it is perfect. It was perfectly meant for you. Embrace it. Next card up, we have number 16, the Rebirth card. So if anybody's seeing the number 16, if they're feeling any connections or ties in with this rebirth in general, this is meant for you. Change and rebirth, they do go hand in hand. Relationships. Show me another numerology card. A lot of the time when we do get into relationships, we find this new sense of inspiration, this new energy. And I kind of like to relate it to a little bit of a sugar high, or that honeymoon phase, as people will say, right? You're all about them, and then all of a sudden, the intensity of these emotions, they dissipate. And that's when you start to find the true character and nature of the relationship. Keep that in mind. That's why it's so important to discern, to practice self-independence. I think that it is most important, and make sure that if a partner is coming in, that they don't have negative traits that will, halter your progress. You don't want them to be so codependent. You don't want them to be a liar. You don't want them to be unloyal. And you sure as hell don't want to figure this out when it's too late. When you've already invested time and it becomes almost invisible to even see that the answer is getting away. You want to be safe. You want to be slow. And I promise you, 10 out of 10 times, the turtle always wins the race. It's just how much of that practice can you practice? How slow can you go? We're in a generation, especially in this technological age, where instant gratification happens the second you wake up. You wake up, you hit your vape. You wake up, you look at your phone. You wake up, you get that quick little emotional charge of energy from dopamines hitting your receptors because you got a notification. Oh shit, well, it's an ad. Or, oh shit, I got a friend request from that girl I got a crush on. Now my dopamines are really affected first thing in the morning, all due to the blue light screen that we're shoving in our faces every night and day and morning. That kind of stuff. Those fuck you up. I take that back. They have fucked us up. They are fucking us up. I don't want them to fuck us up anymore. I'd rather be in control of it. That's it. I'm not saying eradicate it. They're great. They're useful. We love them. We're human beings and we're adapted to them. We're allowed to. That's the best part about us. But I'd like to be in control of them. I don't want them to control me. Especially not subconsciously, where I'm like, oh, how did my phone even get in my hand? Why have I been sitting here doom scrolling for 2 hours? You know, like, those are very much control. I am then controlled at that point. I am a slave to my mechanisms, you know, slave to my environment. And that's, I can guarantee if you're watching this, that is definitely something that has crossed your mind. And if you're not implying practices to help counteract that by controlling your own choices. Another fun thing that I did besides removing mirrors from my life, I decided to put my phone, no matter what, stays on silent mode. I remember I used to get notifications all the time, and then I was like, all right, these are annoying. I'm going to put it on vibrate. And then I'd still be anytime my phone blipped. Who was it? This motion became addicting. We're all very addicted to it. We all have this motion of checking the phone. It's not what comes through it, per se. It's the what if could come through it. That's the addiction also. And so I put my phone on silent. And what that allowed me to do, I've had it on silent for the last 2, almost 3 years now. No questions asked. Get a new phone. I don't even know what my ringtone sounds like. Period. I don't know what my notifications sound like. It does not vibrate. I look at my phone when I want to look at my phone. Then it's all in my control. Then I really can feel bad if I'm spending all day on my phone. Then it's really my fault. It's like proof in the pudding, you know? It's like, it's not like they're taking away from you. But then you start to find the grip that attention has on you and people and relationships. See, it's like we're moving this one veil away. And this veil is shrouded by this attention-grabbing addiction that we have. That fuels our dopamine and serotonin. That fuels our need for attention, right? Well, I removed that veil by putting that phone on silent and leaving it on silent. And I'll be honest, not one person has ever given me shit for not replying immediately. And if something's important, then I'll put my phone on. Like if I'm waiting for a work interview and I'm working somewhere else and I can't be checking my phone to see if I missed a call, that's fine. I also let my new employers know, please leave a message. I'm very busy. You know, we got to be mature about this. We got to help ourselves a little bit, you know. So, come on. Fun stuff. Why are you coming out reversed? I'm not having fun. 74. Nature. The nature of relationships. The nature of change. The nature of rebirth. Love is nature. Love is energy. Energy is nature. Maybe get out in some nature. Maybe that'll help clear your mind. We're going to pull some tarot cards now. Number 74. If anyone's seeing a 1 or a 6 or a 7 or a 4 adamantly, all those numbers together, they can be jumbled up. 4761, 1467. If you're seeing those numbers, today is your day for that, for this here. Let's pull a couple tarot cards real quick. We need to see. the Devil card. So, you are somebody who loves deeply, connectively, and unconditionally. You are also somebody who understands the hedonistic aspect of nature and life itself. You love those acts. It offered you a sense of fulfillment, but it's a root chakra connection. The Devil is sharing with us that these are vices, visceral traits. Is visceral the right word? No, it's not the right word. Vices. Visceral. Nope. These are addictive behaviors. These addictive behaviors don't have to be aware as addictive. You don't have to be doing drugs to have an addiction. You can be addicted to following your heart. You can be addicted to isolation. You can be addicted to reading. Addicted, in my opinion, is just a different word for habitualized. Okay? So with the Devil popping out with all of these, I'm seeing that and especially with the Love popping out reverse right off the bat, I'm tapping into this sense that you might not be somebody who's ready for the love coming in. If it's romantic. If it's platonic, I see nothing but friendship happening here and opportunities and growth and expansion. If it's romantic, I'm seeing that it is a gripping for you. And it's what you want. So it's kind of a paradox that you're living in with inside yourself. And that's tricky. We all want love. But is it actually beneficial for you now, or is it just a distraction? Some of the most wealthy tycoons in the world do not find love until they're well established. Six of Wands, success. Give me one more here, Spirit. I need a clearer message, please. Thank you. Wheel of Fortune. And the Hermit card. Yeah. Yeah. And the Hermit card mixed with the Death card. I'm seeing that you have to make a tough choice. You're competing inside of yourself for what it is that you really want versus what it is that you really need. And you've been on your spiritual path for long enough to be aware of the truth in that. And so it's not like what I want. It's like actually what you desire and what you want to manifest and what the universe wants to co-create with you versus what needs to happen in order for any of that to come to fruition. And it's going to take, with the Death card, some kind of shadow breaking, ego breaking. Has happened or is going to happen or needs to happen either way. And again, your choice. If you so choose to accept these energies, this is just a message for you, from you, by you, and it's meant for you to hear it somehow. But the Devil, Six of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, the Hermit, and the Death card, these are huge major arcana cards sitting in with success in the middle of it. So whatever you're going to do will be great and will be a beautiful lesson. If you have a new romantic partner coming in and you're still healing from past traumas, might be worth it just to kind of put a pause on that kind of stuff until you're sure of something. If time is not in your favor, then maybe that person isn't meant for you. If they're putting a rush on stuff. Again, turtle wins the race 10 out of 10 times. I have the two of Pentacles reversed. The emotions are throwing you out of balance. I think you're just figuring this out. I think you're just figuring out the ebb and pull of other people's gravitational focus on you. And it's interesting because when nobody's focused on you, you feel lonely. You don't want everybody focused on you, but you want the right kind of focus on you, right? That's the way you can handle it. It's the only way perfection for you can be applicable or be allowed. 10 of Wands. The 4 of Wands reversed. You may pull one more here. 2 of Pentacles reversed. 10 of Wands reversed. 4 of Wands, or 10 of Wands. 4 of Wands reversed. It's like you're juggling between juggling something and then just saying screw it and we'll just focus on it, and it's not going to feel good, but it might offer what you need. You're kind of choosing to follow your mind as opposed to listening to your heart, even though your heart's the one telling you listen to your mind on this one. Be logical. Be logical, I feel like, is what the heart's saying here. Be logical. Right now, I'm full of emotion. I'm full of attraction. I'm full of all kinds of stuff. And you really need to just discern and kind of figure out what you think you can be capable of working with. That's what I'm hearing here. What will be the most rewarding achievement here? Page of Swords. You're fresh at this too. You're very fresh at this, figuring out what needs of yours are going to be met and which decisions you're going to stand by. You have the Hierophant. You have Judgment as well. Yeah, are you? 8 of Swords. Reversed. Reversed. These are for blockages. Potential energies. Watch out for it. The Hierophant. Don't let somebody and Judgment. Don't let somebody tell you what to do. Don't let somebody judge you. Don't allow somebody else to reframe your innocence for fear or negativity. You know who or what you are. You know who and what is inside of you. You know who or what you've been. You are deciding who or what you want to become. And you've been in the process of deciding that. And all of a sudden, the devil comes through and just lays temptation in your path and laces it so beautifully, perfectly, right? That's perfection in the eyes of the devil. How can I give them exactly what they want? It doesn't mean it's better for you, and it's up to you to decide what's better for you, and you have to discern that. You have to use your brain for that. You can't just toxically follow your heart or intuition. You can. It will lead you into situations that, unless you literally are so enlightened and so at peace within yourself to where the idea of letting go and detachment is just your mainframe default, so like you can look at somebody also standing in your truth and purpose and autonomy and say, I'm sorry, you're not interested, and then not have them feel any way about it and be like, okay, bye-bye. It takes a special level of practice for people. For us, the regular folk who are just trying to navigate these spiritual journeys and grow into our best selves possible and get to that kind of power and control of our emotional stoic nature and self, all this crap, you need to listen to, like, you're going to be acting out of impulse, aka you're going to be going with the flow. The universe, which the devil's incorporated in the universe created this idea of the devil, the energy of devil, and the devil isn't like the actual devil, not in Christian sense. You can imagine it as such if that helps you really put a frame to it. But the devil's going to lay all these beautiful temptations in your paths, things that you think are perfect. I'm going to go back to this idea of perfect real quick. The devil created perfection. In mankind's eyes, what calls perfection is straight lines. Creates clean perfection. Alright? Now, in real terms, nature is chaotic. And because of that, the beauty is within the chaos. Nature is the most beautiful reference you'll ever have in your life. Straight lines are really bad energetically for us in terms of physiology, understanding, psychology. They subconsciously screw with us. Straight lines in architecture, straight lines. Like, a roundhouse feels better to live in than a straight up cubicle house. And it's just better for your energy. It helps do these things subconsciously that we're still learning today. But there's proof as towards how these things work. So the devil's putting perfection in your way. And it's up to you to navigate through that if you want. Because it's not a bad thing, what the devil is offering us. It is something you've asked for. It's just now the manifestation's coming true, and you're a little bit later in your development, and is this something that you feel like is the best for you currently? Is this something that you feel like you can handle now? Is this something you want to go down? Is this something you need to go down? Maybe you're at a point in your path where you've been isolated for a long time and it's time to break free, and maybe the universe and or the devil are working hand in hand together to help break you out of your own mental prisons. That's a possibility too. Really, it's up to you in your own situation here. But one way or another, think safely and smart, and think self to self first. And regardless what other people think of you, you're never a bad person for standing up for your own self and beliefs and love. And also, no matter what you feel, if this is a specifically romantic person coming in, it's not the only romantic person that will come into your life. Just saying. If this person is saying everything perfectly to you that you want, there might be something there that's too good to be true. And I hate to bash on the fairy tale aspect like that, but from personal experience, when I thought that what was too good was true and I was living in it, and then it doesn't stay. Too good to be true. You have so much ha-ha in life. Soon enough, boo-hoo always shows up. Always. It's the way energy works. It's a balance. So, I don't really feel like I left you with an answer today or a direction. I feel like it really is up to you to offer this direction, but we definitely opened the book up for what's affecting us, and we're able to hopefully put some terms and labels to it to help kind of allow you to start to put intentions into your choices, because that's what's the most important. I'm not saying that this is a time to go crazy, go celebrate, don't go out to the bars, don't go out on the dates, don't go out looking or fishing. Like, this seems like it's coming in, and this seems like it's either self-generated. If it's self to self, this has a completely different meaning. If this is all internal self-love and you're doing it, then what I'm going to say is be careful of, as far as the blockages go, biggest blockages on Judgment and the Hierophant are saying be careful of becoming too egocentric, and be careful of harshly criticizing yourself and thinking that you're not good enough for what it is that you are absolutely good enough and that you've wanted to create. You're at the pinnacle of functioning towards creating that. Your masterpiece of life. Don't hold yourself back. In fact, screw if this is self to self or if this is romantic. I'm going to say this straight up. Here's your takeaway message. Don't hold yourself back, and don't settle for what you're used to, because what you're used to is what you think you're good enough for. What you're used to is what you know you're good enough for, because you've had proof of it. What you think you're good enough for is what you're dreaming. And we want to believe and know to our core that we're good enough for our dreams to come true. You know, individually and collectively. I think we're complete here. I hope this message finds you well. The energies in this message are meant for you if you so choose to accept them. I'm going to take a deep breath to integrate these energies, to close off the reading, to help ground myself. You can feel free to join me if you would like. We're going to take a deep breath, hold at the top, release controlled. I'm going to send some positive distance healing energies to you out the way as well on the outro. And so let's close off this reading. Thank you. We're complete. Thank you for receiving me. And until next time, much love.